I'm going to start with my high school basketball coach, Coach Frank Orlando. He would always say our motto is believe it. And to this day, I hear his voice in everything that I do. Just those two simple words, believe it. But they supersede so many things in life, so much noise that's there. Just those two words, they're always comforting to me. I love you, Coach. To my bodybuilding coach, Lisa Blythe, I love you, LB. She taught me how to integrate grace, beauty, and strength in everything I do. She also taught me how to eat moderately, especially after I told her that I moderately ate a pie. It was one day. I thought that was okay. And Mr. Kerry Roop, my kickboxing coach, oh, a champion himself. The way that he did things, he never let you get right in the ring. You didn't deserve it, quite frankly. That's not how it works. He would have you for months running, speed bag, heavy bag, jump ropes, sit-ups, push-ups, road work before you ever stepped a toe in that ring. That was the respect that he showed, and he showed others, and I thank him for that. My boxing coaches. Mr. Jim Mallow, I love you. And his son, Jimmy Mallow. I love you, Jimmy. My coaches were educators. Pardon me. It was school. It was. And I wanted to be the teacher's pet. And I wanted to stay late. And I was happy to learn. If it was summer school, I would have stayed there all summer. And I would have gladly taken night classes. They showed me work, and I wanted time and a half in overtime. The detail, the calculated and specific things that were in their brains that they communicated to me with a methodical approach and a tactical genius. I mean, all right, we're all family, right? They had my menstrual cycle down to the calendar. I don't know whether it was for me or them. I don't know if it was, to benefit me, or they just said, let's, give her a couple days off. She's gonna be just literally a rag. But that's how intense, that's how clinical, that's how meticulous they were with me. I wouldn't have had it any other way. You guys are my family, my familia. The whole Mallow family. I love you guys. They did not let up. We loved each other, but they didn't let up. There was one day where I was so sore because the intense work, I loved it, but sometimes you have to recoup. There were days when the only part of me that wasn't sore were my eyeballs. And those days, Jimmy worked on my peripheral vision. By the way, sir, in the 17th row, you have a tiny piece of lint on your shoulder. Every single day in the gym, or as I like to call it, the Bat Cave, was like Christmas Day. I had gifts of knowledge, presence of strength, and treats of the sweet science. Mr. Mallow was the brains, Jimmy's the brawn. And Mr. Mallow didn't miss a thing. He was an absolute hawk. He didn't miss one thing. He didn't miss a trick. But I sure miss him right now. I love you. Words are not enough. I am forever grateful for the knowledge and the wisdom, and your lessons have shaped my soul. Thank you for the beautiful journey. Boxing is not a sport of longevity, but me being in the Hall of Fame is. I thank you so much. My beautiful one-year-old nephew gets to see me, and his kids get to see me when I'm gone. And I just, that thought just, I revel at that thought. That's beautiful. Okay, I have a few more coaches. Mommy. Hi, Mom. Yes, my dad is a Hall of Famer, but not many people know that my mom was going to the Olympics for marathon running. I watched her work hard every day. And what brought me joy was her coming back from a run and the endorphins and the happiness. And when you would kiss her cheek, the sweet sweat and the crystals from her hard work. And her hard work is heart work. I don't know how you did it, Mom. I don't know how you're still doing it. Your hard work is not unnoticed and it's not overshadowed. She instilled positivity in us and faith in us that you could not imagine, from moments like a championship fight to finding a parking spot on Christmas Eve, and everything worked. When she took me on my first run, I was just a little baby. I was just a kid, maybe 6, 7. And I remember her saying, "You can come with me, but I'm not going to slow down." And I'm so glad you didn't give me any. You treated me like an adult. And I thank you for that. And thank you for not slowing down for me or for anybody. I have 2 more beautiful forces in my life to thank. But before that, if I could ask you for your help, please. I just want to take a few precious moments. There are some people who have affected us and impacted us that are not here today. And I'd just like you to take a few moments to think of them. Thank you. That was for you, Dad. I love you, Nat. Thank you for that, because we all know that what is really true never dies. Oh, my dad, Hall of Famer Charlie Sanders. The lessons, the instructions, the one words that he would say that would put you in a spin because it was the exact thing you needed to hear. He was perfection. He had linguistics of gold. And if you asked him a question, he would make you think out of the box, something completely different. And he would make you think so wonderfully that you came up with the answer. And I've never felt closer to him than right now. He would say things like, do your best every day, and then tomorrow do a little better. Things like never wait for a moment that you're not guaranteed. He was an absolute example. I love you, Dad. Now, you wouldn't think I would have anyone higher than him, but I do, and that's Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Thank you, Jesus. We as fighters go through such sacrifice and such fight. But to know that Jesus made the ultimate sacrifice for little old me, I wouldn't be here without him. And the fight in him, the toughest battle against all evil, slaying demons for 3 days, that's a fight. That's a fight. And what a beautiful example I have in Jesus. I am Mary Jo Sanders. I am my father's daughter and my daddy's girl. And I am an International Boxing Hall of Famer. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
I almost wore the same dress. Isn't she inspiring? Michael Nunn has had quite a journey. Yes. And today, our next inductee takes his rightful place in boxing history. Michael was born in Louisville, Mississippi. He moved to Davenport, Iowa as a child and built an impressive amateur record of, get this, 168 wins against 8 losses before turning pro in 1984. As a pro, he captured world championships in both the middleweight and super middleweight divisions. He successfully defended his middleweight crown 5 times and his super middleweight title 4 times. Nunn retired in 2002 with a professional record of 58 wins, 4 losses, and 38 knockouts. His resume includes notable victories over Frank Tate, Iran Barkley, and Hall of Famer Donald Curry. In the modern category, we now induct into the International Boxing Hall of Fame, Michael Second to None.
Thank you, everybody. Before I get started, I want to give special thanks to a few people out here that's been with me for a long, long time. I want to give special thanks to my mother. She's passed away in 2017. My brother passed away 2023. And my Uncle Marshall, he passed away 6 months after my brother. I want to give special thanks to them. My manager, Dan Gould. Turn it back on. Thanks a lot. My manager, Dan Goosen, he passed away a few years. Well, he come to Davenport, Iowa back in 1984 after watching me participate in the United States Olympic trials and convinced me and my mother to turn pro. And that was probably the greatest thing for me to do. I was a young guy in Davenport getting in trouble with the laws and in the streets, and I moved to California and was able to become middleweight champion. So I give special thanks to Dan Goosen and Joe Goosen and my advisor, Mr. Robert Sirkine. He passed away as well. I want to give special thanks to my lawyer. He's out in the audience somewhere, Ron May, with his son. He's been with me for 42 years. He recognized my talent as a young kid and tried to keep me on the right track. before I went backwards. And I got some friends out in the audience. Adrian, she's from California. Cindy's from California. And Jane. And I got friends from Baltimore, Maryland. Ron and his wife. I'm not going to call her Miss Karen. I'm going to call her Karen because she told me yesterday, don't call her Miss Karen, so I don't want to get beat up. And then I got some friends that came from Iowa and Illinois, Bambino, his wife, and his kids. Thank you guys for driving all the way out here from Illinois to New York to watch me get inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame. And another dear friend, Joe and his wife, come from Iowa to see me. And another friend, Bo James from Des Moines, Iowa. Let's see here, where we gonna start at? And I got a lot of people back in the background here that throughout my career has helped me out. Mr. Randy Gordon. Who else? Mr. Jose Suleiman, his dad, really loved me. And it's funny, that lady back there, she was the first one to beat me as a pro with a guy by the name of James Toney. Yeah, nothing personally, but you was involved. Well, and I want to give special thanks to Mr. Ed Brophy for giving me my call November 30th, 2024 to let me know that I was finally inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. It's been a long time coming, but there's no time greater than the present. Look on the side over here. I want to give special thanks to Mr. Ross Greenberg. He gave authorization for me to be able to fight on HBO back in the day. I want to give special thanks to him. And who else back there? Nobody else back there? Don't leave nobody out. Oh, my dear friend Michael Spinks, want to give special thanks to him as well. When I was a young kid growing up in Davenport, Iowa, him and his brother Leon Spinks inspired me. I know it's funny. They lived about 5 hours from me. They was from St. Louis, and I'm from Iowa. It was in 1976. I watched him, Sugar Ray Leonard, Howard Davis, Leo Randolph, and a few other guys won Olympic gold medals. So he really inspired me. I figured, you know, if he's from St. Louis and I'm from Iowa, if he could win a world championship, so could I. So, Michael Spinks, you've been a big inspiration to me. So, thank you, big brother. I want to thank Mr. Ed Brophy for calling me November 30th, if I'm correct. It was early. It was early in California. It was late in New York because you guys are 3 hours ahead of us. Was giving me the announcement that I made the 2025 Hall of Fame. So that's probably one of the greatest phone calls I had, probably in the last 5 years. It's a blessing to receive that phone call. So I want to thank you as well, Mr. Brophy. I want to thank all the fans from throughout the world that have supported me and followed me and kept me together and strong. And yeah, I've been through a lot, but I'm a survivor, and I know how to get knocked down and get up. You know, I'm not bragging about going to jail or nothing, but you know, I went to jail for 16 years, 6 months for some activity that I was involved in. I took my weight like a man, come home like a man, and continue to be a man. And to be here today getting, you know, exonerated into the International Boxing Hall of Fame is probably one of the biggest things they ever accomplished, and I've been very thankful. So I just want to thank God for all He's done for me. He's kept me in this fight. It's not over, it's just beginning. And I want to thank all you people out there today that come here to see me get exonerated and put in the Hall of Fame. Thank you, guys.
All right, everyone. A true fighter in every sense, and after last night, a possible comedian. Vinny Paz's incredible journey was destined to be immortalized on film. Born in Cranston, Rhode Island, he turned professional in 1983 and went on to win world titles in 3 weight divisions: lightweight, light middleweight, and super middleweight in 1991. After suffering a fractured neck in a near fatal car accident, he defied all odds and made a return to the ring just 13 months later. A testament to his relentless will and fighting spirit, known for his toughness, charisma, and unmatched heart and determination, he retired in 2004 with a record of 50 wins, 10 losses, and 30 knockouts, with notable victories over Greg Haugen, Dana Rosenblatt, and Hall of Famer Roberto Hands of Stone Duran. And I believe when he was called by the Hall of Fame, he said, "Canastota will never be the same." We know that's true after last night. In the modern category, our next inductee into the International Boxing Hall of Fame, the Tasmanian Devil, Vinny Paz.
Oh boy. Jimmy Birchfield, my promoter in the front row. Like, I don't know. I'm so glad you're all here. Like, were you sitting there and listening to Bobby Joe talk, and were you just looking at her up here and saying, wow, her and Paz would make some fucking great Muhammad Ali's, or they would do like Marvin Hagler's to the crazy. Like, we'd pop out about 4 Marvin Haglers. I don't know. Missy, my girl, I don't mean nothing by it. She knows I'm nuts. No, Jimmy, right? Me and her, fucking Marvin Hagler ain't got shit on that. I actually beat Marvin Hagler's brother, Robbie Sims, who was a great fighter. Well, finally, thank you. Finally, Ed put me in because he thought I was gonna kill him. So he finally put me the fuck in. Thank you, yeah. Brophy, you're lucky you came real close. He came real close. I'm just so glad to be here, and I'm happy that all you are here sharing this with me, and it don't get any better. I was pretty good as an amateur. I ended up going to the Olympic Training Center, and I turned pro, and things just blew up, and you know, I say I got lucky, but it's not really luck. It's kick-ass power and a lot of hard work, and I fought my balls off for you guys. So yeah, thank you. You should give that the round of applause. I fought my balls off for you. Thank you. This right now is Paz land. That is so cool. Jimmy, it don't get any better. Come on, want to try for a Marvin Hagler? Junior. No, Missy, I'm only kidding. Come on. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Where's Jackman? Glad you're here. Ray Oliveira, you're the bomb. That was my main sparring partner. Yeah. Yeah. He was a badass. We had wars in the ring. We used to spar quite a lot. Do you guys know Dana White? Yeah, I love him. He's the best. He's the best. And we got together because he lives in Boston, and I live in this place that you might not ever heard of called Rhode Island. Yes, you laughed. Cool. Who'd you tell me? Who else you'd tell me to say? Mauricio Suleiman. He's the man. I mean, it is boxing. It's Suleiman boxing. They're the greatest. They're the best. They're the WBC. They are the best. In my 50th win, the last win of my career, and I knew that was gonna be the last win of my career. I didn't want to make it. I fought a real good kid, and believe, like, the kid was going for 40 wins. I was going for 50 wins, and the kid was like, I'm like 40 years old, and this dude is like 27. So he thought he was just gonna kick my ass. And the first 4 or 5 rounds, 6 rounds of the fight, I wasn't turning it up, and I couldn't hit him. And I'm in the ring, and I'm saying to myself, "You stupid mother." You moron, you idiot, you picked this fucking kid. And like, you know he beat 40 people. He's a young kid. I don't know, he's like 28, 27 years old. He was a stud. He could fight. So I go back to the corner, and my promoter comes over and he grabs my trunks and he goes, "Champ, you're losing this fight." And then I thought he was going to say, like, after that, "I told you not to fucking get this kid." But no, he didn't say that. He said, "You got to get close to him." And I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, shut up, because he's killing me. I don't want to get any closer to him than I already have. I mean, fuck, like, and like, really, like, this is a true story. He's like on the side of the ring, and I'm like looking over, and I'm looking at him like this, and I'm going to say, "Really? Is that all you can tell me? Like, I'm getting my ass kicked, and can you give me any hints or anything?" So I get out and I start throwing some bombs, which would have been like our kid if we had like a kid. Oh, never mind. Missy, don't worry about nothing. So, anyways, my promoter gets in the corner, he grabs my trunks, he says, "You're losing this fight." And I was like, duh. And like I don't know. I'm getting hit, you're not getting hit. So I turned it up and kicked ass. And what the kid's name was Taka Pudwill. See, it's something like that. But He was like he was like a real tough ass white boy, and I killed him after that. What did you say? What? And correct. I wanted to end my career with 50 wins, that's a lot. Got my 50th win. Bam. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Believe it, like, I'm here because I had 50 wins. I had 30 stops, 30 KOs. I fought on every TV. Like, all my fights were televised. I kicked ass. I was a showman. I did my thing, and that's why I told Brophy, Ed, if you don't put me in, I'm gonna kill you. No, it's true. It's true. I would have. And then I don't know how life would have went after that, but I might have went back to getting Jimmy Birchfield to get me some fights again. I'm just glad you're all here, and that's cool. And all right. Missy, don't worry about it. I'm cool. I wish they were like I had some highlights here so you could throw them in and there'd be some like I had some great fucking fights. Like I did. I kicked ass 50 times and it was good. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming. Right on. Now that's my crowd. That. You don't give a shit about the little Marvin Haglers we're gonna have. It don't make a difference. I still fight my ass off. Thank you, man, from the bottom of my heart. Peace and love.
All right, let's bring it back, huh? All right, and now as we come to the final inductee of the class of 2025, as we bring this ceremony to a close, we turn our attention to one last name. This world champion stands shoulder to shoulder with the very best, and we are honored to recognize someone truly remarkable. Manny Pacquiao, the fighting pride of the Philippines. Hold on. Hold on, folks. He compiled a 60-4 amateur record before turning pro in 1995. Over the course of his legendary career, he became one of the most decorated boxers in the history of the sport, capturing world championships in a record 8 weight divisions from flyweight to super welterweight. Pacquiao has thrilled fans across the globe with his blistering speed, his explosive power. His resume includes unforgettable victories over boxing greats Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, Sugar Shane Mosley, Juan Manuel Marquez, and Miguel Cotto. He supposedly retired in 2021 when this was written, wink, wink. with a professional record of 62 wins, 8 losses, 2 draws, with 39 of those wins by way of knockout, now inducted into the modern category, ladies and gentlemen, Manny Pacquiao.
Finally, we're finally we're about to we're in a final round. First of all, I would like to thank God for this opportunity that we're here, giving us a good day and giving us a good health, keeping us safe. Praise to God. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to all the awardees and to all of you who are here. I came from nothing, just a small boy from streets of General Santos City. No shoes, no food, no chance, just a dream in my heart. I know hunger, I know pain, I know what it means to be counted out. But I also know what God can do when you keep the faith and never give up. Boxing gave me a way out. It turned my struggles into strength, my failures into lessons, and my pain into purpose. From flyweight to junior middleweight, 8 divisions. Every fight, every victory was a step further from poverty. It was not just for me, but for my family, for the Filipino people, and to all the fans, and for the glory of our God. I never chased greatness. I just work hard to be better than Manny Pacquiao I was yesterday. I never picked the easy fights. I choose the hard ones. I move up weight after weight, not to protect a record, but to test my limits. And now, when I look back, 8 division world champion, world titles in 4 different decades, oldest welterweight world champion in history. Those are not just opinions, they are facts. But greatness isn't what you call yourself. It is how you live your life and how you inspire others. So call me a fighter. Call me a warrior. Call me proudly Filipino. Call me a servant of God. Some people ask, who is the greatest of all time? That's not for me to decide. It belongs to the fans. It belongs to history. Thank you to all the promoters who helped promote my fights in the beginning of my career until now. But I want to especially thank 2 men who played a big part in my boxing journey. To Bob Arum, thank you for helping make many of my biggest fights in my career. You give a kid from the Philippines a chance to show the world what he could do. And to Al Hemon, thank you for helping me, especially the later part of my career. I dedicate this moment to every underdog, every dreamer, every person who keeps fighting even when the odds are against them. To my wife, Jenky, and our children, Jimel, Michael, Princess, Queenie, and Israel. You are my heart. You are the reason I fight beyond the ring. To the Filipino people, to the fans all over the world, thank you for your love, your prayers, and your support all these years. You carried me through every victory and every defeat. I want to say thank you to all the media and press because of your big help to boxing industry. And to all of us, we became popular because of you guys. To my coaches, especially to Freddy Roach and Boboy Fernandez, Justin Fortune, to all of Team Pacquiao and every fan around the world, thank you. You encouraged and inspired me every step of the way. And to every young boy or girl with a dream, don't let your situation define your future. With God, nothing is impossible. All things are possible with God. As it says in Joshua 1 verse 9, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And that's what happened to me. He was with me from the slums of Sarangani to the bright lights of Las Vegas to here at the International Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm so grateful and thankful to God, and the glory, honor, praises belongs to Him, not for my Manny Pacquiao, for anybody, but to God who created everything. Thank you. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas, mabuhay ang bawat Pilipinong nangangarap at lumalaban. This is our victory. This is our story, and the best is yet to come. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you for waiting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for attending the Class of 2025 induction ceremony. On behalf of the International Boxing Hall of Fame, thank you. We'll see you next year. We're going to get a quick photo with all of the inductees right now with their rings on. God bless. Thank you.